everyone. I wanted to show you something that is part of my daily practice. Every morning, one of the first things I open my day with is a morning elixir. And there's going to be several things I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to go through each one to demonstrate what it's for. Now, the first ingredient that goes in here is freshly squeezed juice of 1 lemon, which I've already gone ahead and done. Definitely suggest if you don't have one, invest in one of these citrus fruit juicers because they're manual, quick, easy, and I use this every day because I use lemons every day. It's a very alkalizing fruit in more ways than one, and you can use every part of it, the rind, the seeds, the juice, obviously. So this is going to add a nice lemony flavor to the elixir, but also it's going to be a driver for some of the ingredients because of its high vitamin C content, and it's also going to be one of the key alkalizing components of the elixir. The next major ingredient that is one of the musts for this is sea salt. This is again a combination of sea salt and Himalayan salt, but salt is necessary in our diet despite what mainstream attention often says that if we don't have enough salt in our diet, then we're going to be having water retention, and we're going to feel bloated, and that also contributes to some weight gain. So the salt, water goes where salt is. So if we have salt in our diet, then we can draw extra water out of the body that's not necessary. And so this here, we're going to put in about 3-4 shakes. Probably going to end up being about a 1/4 teaspoon that I'm going to put in. Now, as a vegetarian or prominently vegetarian, I don't eat a lot of foods or really any foods that have added salt. So it's very important for vegans and vegetarians to make sure that you actually are putting salt in your diet. It's one of the key building blocks for human life. So we do need that. And the next key ingredient here is going to be cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is just a beautiful warming spice to use for the body that just revs up the metabolism. It gets things moving. And over here, you can put this to taste. You definitely do not need very much. I usually just do a few light shakes. Probably, again, 1/8 of a teaspoon is what I put in here on average. You can put a little bit more if you like. The next ingredient that's a must for this is MSM, also called methyl sulfonylurethanes. I still have a hard time saying that. Now, MSM is a natural sulfur compound, and sulfur, while it should be available in our foods, in raw foods, unfortunately due to modern agricultural practices, this is just simply not true anymore. Our soils are highly depleted in a lot of minerals that if the plant doesn't uptake them, then when we eat the plants, we're not going to be uptaking it either. So while you can find MSM, or should find it in a lot of foods, especially raw foods and leafy greens, and this is a really good staple supplement to use on a regular basis because MSM is very supportive of reducing inflammation in the body. So if you have any arthritic conditions, it's helpful for that. It supports the permeability of the cell wall to help deliver active nutrients into the cells. And it also protects against oxidative damage because it supports the production of glutathione, which is a major natural antioxidant produced in our bodies. So it goes a long way to help with detoxification. And it also is known because sulfur is a really key building block for our skin, hair, and nails. So it also strengthens those. And you can use this to start because it can create some intestinal upset if you are not haven't used this before. So you can start with maybe just like a 1/4 teaspoon or even less, and then work your way up gradually. Usually for me at this point, I do 1 full teaspoon. And but you can build your way up to that. So if you have any like aches, pains, sore muscles and joints, premature aging symptoms, this is something definitely you want to include. And because it also is one of the elements used in detoxification pathways with the liver and more. So it's from the literature, it shows that there are no major harmful side effects of any kind, even at higher doses. So that is the key of this basic elixir, which is the sea salt, the cayenne, the MSM, the lemon juice. Obviously, we're going to add water, but I'm going to add 2 additional ingredients which are part of my regular routine. And to amp up the vitamin C content, I use organic Camu berry freeze-dried powder. Now, this is basically a whole fruit from the Amazon, I believe, that is freeze-dried, and it's, I believe, the highest vitamin C content of any food from a botanical source. And so because it's a whole food source of vitamin C, you can't really be overdosing with this because it's not ascorbic acid as you find in synthetic form. Your body really can make good use of this because all of the ingredients in here are going to support each other and driving them into the cells of your body. So for this, you can, if you find this taste is not really welcoming to you, you can start with maybe just half a teaspoon and work your way up. At this point, I pretty much use a full teaspoon as well. You can also obviously do this to taste because some of these ingredients do have somewhat strong tastes. Now, the other bonus ingredient here is Shilajit. And Shilajit is widely used in Ayurvedic medicine because this is actually native to India and the Himalayan mountains. The source of this is actually from the forests that dissolved over thousands of years within the mountain ranges. Their building blocks essentially broke down into this. It's a resin, and this here has been processed into a powder. And the Shilajit is very high in humic and fulvic acids. Now, this is super important because this helps carry oxygen and nutrients into the cells of the body. And as a result, it also is highly capable of supporting energy production, or sorry, not energy production, but delivering energy into the cells of the body and supporting ATP. So that if you feel that you get winded easily, this is a substance that can actually help with supporting the overall holding onto of energy in your body whenever you need it for any extenuous exercise or even just for maintenance, because sometimes these days I see a lot of people who really don't have a lot of energy for whatever reasons, sleeping habits, inundating diets. Anyways, this is another nice bonus to add that goes really well and meshes well with all the ingredients in the elixir. So you don't have to use it, but you can find these at health food stores, and it has a very strong flavor, almost like coffee, but a little different. So if you want to wean yourself out of coffee, you could probably use Shilajit for that purpose. Now, because it has such a strong flavor, I cannot actually do more than about a quarter teaspoon of this. But sometimes I do more, and you can certainly do a bit more and work your way up. I'm going to put a little bit more today. And so that's the final ingredient for the elixir. The last thing that we want to do is add water. Now, just grabbing my warmed water. I use a kettle, a stovetop kettle, where I put in fresh spring water, and I put about 12 ounces in here. And the thing about warm water is that your body is much more able to absorb water when it's closer to body temperature. So, as a result, you want to use warm water in the morning with this elixir to help rev up your metabolism, get the energy flowing, get digestion ready. You need to hydrate before you even properly digest. So warm water goes a long way. And this is our elixir. Every day I do this before I eat or drink anything else. And the only things that I would not do on an ongoing basis are probably the Shilajit and the MSM. I'll take a break from that about once every 3 weeks, but I will continue with the other ingredients because it's still very good at getting hydration into the body first thing in the morning. And yeah, so there you have it, folks. My morning elixir. I definitely suggest you try this out and feel the benefits for yourself. Cheers, folks.